Hey friends, this is Crystal, the content director and photographer over at Crystal Clear Photography. I'm coming to you this week talking to you a little bit about 5 ways that you can work with a photographer and how photographers can add to your company's bottom line. At the end of the day, we're all in business to make money, so being able to partner with a photographer to be as intentional as possible is going to be worth every dime, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how we can go about doing that and the ways that a photographer can actually add to your bottom line, so you can see hopefully the value that you can use in investing in photography and why it's so important and one of the biggest things in the design industry. So to get started, let's think about the things that provoke someone to buy from you. So whether it's, a $20 body butter or a $50 necklace, there's a formula to why someone would buy from you, and photography really just helps drive that home. We create the visuals. Everything we do right now is visual. Our Instagram, our Facebooks, our phones, our TVs, everything in our generation is visual, and it's always going to stay that way. If anything, it's just going to evolve on how exactly we might be taking in those visuals, but we will always have such a visual world, and even our kids are growing up in that same manner. We used to have pictures and books and things like that. They now have interactive apps on iPads that require photos, all of those things. So I'm sure you get the point. Everything is very visual. So when it comes to no matter what your business is or what you're selling or the differences in what you have to offer, photography just helps drive home the reason why people should be buying from you and the benefits that your product or service will really provide them in the long run. So when it comes to deciding how it can add to your bottom line, it really considers a lot of thought and process, and I think it's taking it a little bit more seriously than feeling like, oh, someone's just a photographer, or I can go get my family photographer to snap a couple of photos for me, or maybe someone who does weddings would be a great fit because I really like their style and their pictures are always so pretty. There's a lot of value that comes into really understanding why finding somebody in a specific area can help, because we really dive into the process of making sure that your dollar really is working for you. So there's nothing more, I guess you could say, something that could make you feel really defeated in working with a photographer than investing money and doing a photo shoot and just not seeing the return on investment. So as I start to digress here, the biggest important part is that you understand that there is a great process in working with the photographer, and the photographer's process in working with a professional who focuses on supporting businesses and products specifically will really make sure that you're investing your money in the right area, because we have a lot of safety nets put into place to ensure that we're capturing your vision, that we understand your brand, that we know who your ideal audience is, that we're helping you kind of piece together those puzzles so that when you decide that you want to structure a photo shoot, we can advise you as thoroughly as possible throughout the process and the photo shoot, and everything all the way down to the tiniest detail in terms of props that you might use or the backdrop that you choose. We're able to advise you appropriately. So it's a very important piece of the puzzle. It's the hot water that runs to your tea. It's the venti to your coffee, girlfriend. So having photography is going to be a big deal to your bottom line. To continue on, obviously it's going to help you create some brand credibility, brand recognition, and it's going to radiate professionalism. And there's nothing that says professionalism more than having a perfectly curated feed of all your products or various mock-ups and services of yourself. All of those things are so important, and there's just a level of professionalism that comes with it. So when you reach a certain point in your business and you're ready to take things to the next level, people generally look at it and go, oh, okay, well now it's time to do photography. So that's going to help add to your bottom line, because when people come to your website, they come to your social media platforms, they get the email that you send out to them, they're going to recognize you right away. They're going to recognize you and your team. They're going to recognize your product. They're going to see how it's used. They're going to see the nice professional images that clearly dictate that this product or this service is going to solve the problem that they currently have, whether it's dry skin or they're struggling with their email content, whatever that service or benefit is that you're able to offer them. Photography will really help drive drive that home. Not to mention, it adds that professionalism and credibility, but it also, I mean, you look at the way that the algorithms and things are working right now. Google loves original content and imagery. So if you're using your own original photos, nothing that anybody else has anywhere else, people are going to see that more because Google and some of the other search platforms are very visual, especially Pinterest. So if you're using certain images that somebody else is using, your Pinterest graphics and things become less valuable to somebody because they're like, oh, I've already seen that photo, and then they're not even interested in what you actually had to say in that blog. So it kind of comes all the way down to people being able to recognize it, and all of the search engines really optimizing and pulling content that they feel is also very original and unique. So those are some of the key things there. When it comes to how else it can add to your bottom line, think about how you can stretch your investment by using the images through all the areas of your marketing, not just your social media. It's really hard not to think about social media because it is such a big factor in a lot of things that we do today. However, if you're stretching your investment by using your images in multiple ways and not just social media, you'll drive the brand recognition that you're looking for, the visibility that you're looking for, but also just the professionalism and brand consistency through everything that you're doing. So, you can use your images and things like maybe you're creating an ebook. You can use your images throughout your ebook. It's also going to add some more visual appeal to the overall ebook that you're going to be giving out so that people see the content, but then they also have some visuals to tie into it. We've been trained to see things that way since we were kids, so why not translate that over to how we operate as adults in the ebooks that we're giving people? You can even put your photos in different trainings that you're doing, whether you're doing like an e-course or any kind of online webinar and training. You could put it into product catalogs, print banners for trade shows. So if you're going to a trade show and you're trying to show off your product, you have people taking their photos and being able to blow them up and incorporate them in the banner to attract attention and their ideal audience, different things like that. So really taking an opportunity to stretch your investment when it comes to your photos will help add to that bottom line. Again, just driving that consistency, creating that brand recognition, and really being able to help you develop the look that you're going for, and to be able to become recognized so that you can feel like one of those recognized brands. Like everyone knows a Nike ad when they see a Nike ad. Everyone knows a Target ad when they see a Target ad. Every woman knows Joanna Gaines' style like the back of her hand. That's just how it works. And so for you to be able to drive that home and people to get that relationship down, they just want to buy and eat up everything that you have, stretch your investment. Use those photos in different ways, and that way people will consider being able to buy from you and creating that relationship with them. The next thing you could consider doing that will help you add to your bottom line is it ensures that you stand out among your competition. There is so much competition. I can't say that enough. We all know that there are, I should say, we all know it's very easy to start a business. So being that it's easy to start a business nowadays, anyone can go sign up for an Instagram profile, throw up a couple of stock photos, get something going, and it takes them maybe a couple of days to get up and running. It's kind of scary how fast you can get a business going these days. But that being said, that means that there is more competition. There's more competition out there, so your ability to be unique and stand out among the competition and the other people that are out there is what's going to help you keep your customer base. It's going to help keep customers on your site longer, which is going to increase their chances of purchasing and wanting to work with you directly. So really being able to use your images as a way to set yourself apart makes a big deal, and people being able to visually see, oh, this is something completely different. What is this person doing? What is this person about? What is this product about? What is it made with? All of those things that are going to drive them to your site, rope them in, and keep them there. And that goes on to talking a little bit about the investment part of it again. When you're using your images and putting them on your website, people are more likely to stay on your website if they're intrigued by the images and the content mix that you have together on your site. So it's super important that you have invested the money there, because then you're keeping those people on your site. they're getting more and more absorbed with what you have to offer, all of the things that you're saying about your wonderful product or the service that you're offering, and they're more likely to click the buy button and want to move forward and either purchase the product or work with you on the particular service that you're offering. So the next piece for me that I feel like is really important is you can keep the potential customers engaged longer. The more they're engaged, the more they're roped into what you have to offer, knowing more about you and everything that you have to say, absorbing your knowledge, and just being able to give them everything that you're wanting to, and really just showing them the value that you have. You keep people engaged longer on social media when you have unique content and unique photos. So when you take an opportunity to invest in that and you're showing that off, people see it, they want to be a part of it. It keeps them engaged in what you have to say, as opposed to them seeing a photo and going, oh yeah, I saw that stock photo, and they just keep scrolling past the content that you have. The visual is the first thing they're going to see. The content is the second thing they're going to see. And so you're hoping that by the visual that you have, they're going to be roped into what you have to say and what you have to offer. So it will also help you, build that relationship, promote the customer to buy. And then, we think about it, we follow our accounts because they're either visually appealing or they offer some sort of fun or educational appeal. So they could be interested in the product and just want to know more. So if you've got a really good photo that's pulling them in, it gives you a chance to then say, hey, here's why you looked at this this particular product, because the consistency of it is amazing. It's made with organic products. It's vegan friendly. Be able to kind of go through and list off those things, but they're never going to get to the content and the benefit that you have to offer if your visuals aren't pulling them in and catching their attention. So really keeping them engaged is going to help you, again, just tie back to the bottom line, and that's that you're getting customers and people who are loyal that want to buy from you, and it helps you grow and expand your business. This is why a lot of bigger companies, and I talk about bigger just in the sense of, people who have 5 employees, 10 employees, 15 employees. Businesses, as they grow and get bigger, understand this. So the sooner that you can start to realize how the photos can really tie to your bottom line, then you can start budgeting and deciding to set out to seek out a photographer that's going to be the right fit and be able to work with somebody so that you can see the benefits overall and how it's really going to help you actually work smarter with the content and the things that you're trying to do and the promotion that you're trying to do with your business, so that you can really start to actually see your business grow and become profitable, and hopefully reach all of the dreams and everything that you have in mind. So I hope this insight and everything helps you, gives you an opportunity to learn a little bit more about how photos can help benefit your business and really add to your bottom line. If you have questions, I'm always an open book. I'd love an opportunity to chat with you. I talk to many different business owners on many different levels, and what options might work for them, whether it's my e-course. I have the Flat Lay Method e-course for those who are still in the kind of do-it-yourself mode, but really want to try to have some better photos than what they're shooting on their own. And then I have, clients that I work with on a monthly basis, on a quarterly basis, and then just some one-off projects here and there for those who are kind of just getting their toes, dipped into the water a little bit when it comes to photography and working with the professionals. So if you have questions, don't forget to click the link down in the blog and head over to my session page, and you can reach out to me directly and let me know what questions you have, and we can talk and explore some options that would be a good fit for you and your business. And until next week, I look forward to talking to you guys later. You can catch me over on Instagram on a pretty daily basis, and I hope you have a fabulous week.